what made you think that you should come to Ghana?
Actually, like many other diasporans, the spirit led me. My ancestors led me back here. I came here in 2019, the year of return, and it was so much going on. There was a lot of ISFET, which is turmoil and stress and things like that going on. And it was December, and I arrived here, and I just felt like the ancestors welcomed me and embraced me home.
Auntie Doris.
Yes.
Maybe if you can tell us something about you small.
Oh, okay. So my name is Doris. I'm married to Peyton, and we repatriated to Ghana back in 2021. So we bought plots we were gifted plots in Aklevi, and we are building slow because my husband wants to build naturally with clay and mud. So we're looking for builders for that. But yeah, so we're here.
Okay. So for the meantime, if I should ask, what made you think that you should come to Ghana?
Actually, like many other diasporans, the spirit led me. My ancestors led me back here. I came here in 2019, the year of return, and it was so much going on. There was a lot of ISFET, which is turmoil and stress and things like that going on. And it was December, and I arrived here, and I just felt like the ancestors welcomed me and embraced me home.
Okay. So in terms of people in Ghana, how do you relate with them? Are they good people or what?
I believe for the most part they are. They're wonderful. We choose to live in the village environment.
Okay.
We did not go to Accra or East Lagoon.
Okay.
You know, we wanted to be where we felt we would have a more credible experience with our sisters and brothers here, but what better way but to assimilate yourself into the villages.
Okay, so definitely if I'm supposed to say you are now a villager.
Exactly.
Like
Yes.
Yes, because I'm a villager.
Yes.
So definitely you're also part of me now.
Yes.
So you coming to Africa, how do you see the environment? You know, people have this perception about Africans that they are really poor. Africa is really a bad place to be, and you know, lots of things are going on concerning Africa that people are saying negative things about Africa. Do you really think Africa is really a bad place to be?
Let me say this. I felt the most safe here in Ghana, where I'm residing. I feel comfortable here. I don't feel like I have to be somebody else here, and the people here have welcomed us. You know, I'm not going to say it was easy and everybody accepts you, but out of 100%, 97% has been truly amazing. And the other 3% is because of propaganda.
Okay. So do you think what people are saying about Africa, like if I'm supposed to say what people are saying about Africa is really wrong?
It's wrong.
What?
It's wrong because what place can you come to where you could just go and harvest fresh coconut right off the tree and drink the water to nourish your body? What place can you go and almost every place you step, there's a herb or a plant or something that could cure you? Malaria, diarrhea, stomach cramps, giving birth, headache, ear infection. What better place? Even cure hunger, because there's food everywhere.
You just said something to melt me down. I'm happy to be an African. Today being a day that you were launching your NGO.
Well, me and my husband, when we got here, when we arrived, because of the work we were doing in the States, community service work, we decided to establish an NGO, which is a nonprofit. We call it nonprofits in the US. And this is our first independent event. because we did not want to do anything without documentation. We believe in having the proper paperwork. So we, I think about 2 weeks ago, officially got our license to operate throughout all of Ghana, the whole country. And that to me is monumental. It's a testament to hard work because it wasn't easy. They don't just give them out. You know, one of our board members, Patrick, you met him a little while ago. Patrick, they called him 5 times to make sure we didn't pay him to be part of the board, to be part of this NGO. He says, no, they didn't pay me. I want to be part of this, you know. So, you know, he made sure that we were able to get the documents on honesty, you know, and diligence. So we didn't pay him. He's part of our board legitimately.
Okay. So, like, would you like to tell us more about the NGO that you just established?
Yes. So it's called Ikoye Ghana.
Okay.
And that means together or united or one. Kor is one.
Yeah.
Infanti.
Yeah. Akoye,
So right.
Akoye Ghana.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Ikoye. So we decided to use this as a way to bring not only our indigenous brothers and sisters who live in Ghana together, but our sisters and brothers globally throughout the diaspora to come and be part of our NGO. Where I'll tell you about one of our programs that we're launching. It's a business partnership incubator. So I am myself one of the test subjects of the incubator, where we partner someone from the diaspora with a local business owner or business-minded person who might not have all the funds to launch a business. So you partner them together. It's a partnership. They grow the business together. Because I will say this, throughout the whole entire world, people think corporations are the ones that keep economies alive. It's not it. It's the small business that runs and keeps those economies alive. And if you travel anywhere in Ghana, on any stretch of road, in any village, you will come across 20 or 30 businesses ran by our local sisters and brothers. They need support. They need to learn about business ethics. They need to learn about how to really improve their business, with doing business on a larger scale. So that's what the incubator is about. And I'm proud to say that we have a cold store here in Sable called Local by Local, where we employ a mother of 5. And she is learning about how we use bleach, power zone to disinfect, you know, make sure to keep the flies down, because we live in a tropical environment. And if you don't control the insects, they go take over and cause disease on your product. So she's doing well in the store. And, you know, that's just one of the components of the business incubator. It's about, we will be doing workshops. We will also be doing micro loans. That's coming in the future. That's not right at this moment.
Part of the agenda.
Yes, it's part of the agenda, and we'll probably launch that within maybe 9 to 12 months, the micro loan component of it. But yeah, so it's a wonderful initiative that we're launching, and it's going to improve not only our diasporan and Ghanaian, our local sister and brother contact, but it's going to build up better business practices.
Okay. So how long do you want to carry this NGO? Do you want it to go far? Is it a short-term thing that you want to do, or what?
Short-term, we want to do our Fanti classes with a culture and tradition.
Yeah.
So Patrick is going to be, he's an educator here, and he's, like I said, part of the board. He's going to be doing that. So one thing we realized when we got here was that we had no idea about culture and tradition. We had no idea. And you think you know something, you have a preconceived notion of something, but when you sit with Patrick and you go to a funeral, when you go to just say a workshop or something within the community, he will actually, he sat with us and went through the whole thing and explained it to us. Then it's the language. So what we do is we get offended sometimes when people laugh as a diasporan. But I have to say this, every encounter I have had with a Ghanaian, and I say, Mamwachi. So you see, you smile. So yes, so the thing is, I said, well, why did you laugh? They said, oh, because you were trying.
Yeah.
But in our mind, we're saying they're laughing at us, they're making fun, you know. So it's just the learning experience. But that's one of the things we'll be launching within the next 2 weeks. It's going to be up and running, our culture and language classes.
Okay. So most of it, people normally say is when you run businesses in Ghana, businesses doesn't work, it doesn't boom, and all those sort of stuff. As you want to establish a business strategy with the indigenous in Ghana here, do you have any plans in mind that you want to put in place so that you can bring back everybody together so that you can set up a business plan?
Of course, I do have a business plan. I have it, but that's where the workshops come into play at.
Yeah.
So we have to have conversations. We have to do workshops where we exchange dialogue. Okay, so we understand culturally and traditionally how you guys run business. In turn, you understand how we from the West run business. So you bring them two ideas together, and then it becomes brilliant.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, that's good. You know, in every country, there are negativities in every country. In Asia, there are negativities. In Africa, in Europe, and everywhere there are negativities. You know, we have this perception as we African, because I don't want to exclude myself in it, because I'm also an African. We Africans, sometimes if somebody is going up or maybe he's doing well more than the fellow member, they want to pull the person down. Do you think somebody might be doing that on your way as you are climbing up?
It's what we call it in the West is crabs in the barrel.
Yeah.
So if you know anything about crabs, they constantly grabbing. Nobody wants to let the other crab reach to the top, right?
Yeah.
And that's how the mindset is globally. It's not just here in Ghana, it's all over the place. So again, with Ikoya Ghana, through our business partnership program, this is going to help dispel some of these mindsets.
Okay.
You know, re-education is key. And you know, like I said, the experience, it hasn't always been positive here, but it's learning, and you learn from each other. I will not say anything negative because the negative is small. We're on to bigger and greater things. And one thing I do not like when people say, oh, Ghana is is what do they call it? Like a developing country. No. We should not say that. It's an emerging country.
Okay.
It's emerging. Ghana is great. It has many potentials. It has a lot of natural resources. And until the local people really tap in and understand what they're tapping into, they're gonna say, hey, we can do this. Like, we could build up our villages. It's retraining the mind.
Okay. So as you are into this NGO, definitely NGO, you don't earn money in anything that you do.
No.
You just sacrifice for the people out there. Sometimes you might meet people that are very difficult, people that are very misbehaving. So you meeting those people, what do you intend to do to control yourself, or maybe to explain things to them?
Well, I do daily meditation. I am rethinking how I move. So those mischievous people, no matter what, they're gonna be mischievous, right? So we just remove them. We don't deal with those type of people, because if that person is mischievous, there's 10 that wants to know. So we'll deal with the 10 and remove ourselves from that discipline. Okay?
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
I really understand your point. So
that's how you do it.
So that means you are ready to deal with everybody who has a negative or a positive mind.
Yes.
You are ready to deal with a person.
Yes. So those with a negative mindset, a lot of times it's fear. So they're not ready to move up. They're not ready to elevate themselves. It's a fear.
But you know,
so we have to allow people to deal with their fears, right?
Yeah. But sometimes those people that you want to leave them idle, not teaching them, or maybe not helping them, maybe you might think they have capabilities in them that you also have to help them. So if something like that happens, what do you have to do to change their mindset?
Of course you do counseling. You try to work with the person. But like you said, some people, they just won't change their mind. So we have to allow them to remove themselves from the programs, right? And then we deal with the ones that want to be part of the program. Okay. That's simple.
Yeah, I understand. Until is your final words, I can see there are lots of people waiting for you. Since today was the day you launched your program,
yes,
you had visitors and so forth that want to talk to you. So what do you have to tell your people out there?
So I say, do your research, do your homework, know why you want to come to Ghana or any other African country. Know, understand culture, understand tradition. Reach out to someone that could really assist you with the understanding of culture and tradition. Because I'll tell you this, that's what gets us into trouble a lot of times when we don't understand, right? Yeah. So let me just go back to something else. With Okoye Ghana, today was our official launch of International Black History Month celebration, and that entails history throughout the world. It started in America, in the United States of America, okay? But I want to bring it globally. I want us to understand each other. I want you to know my history as an African American, okay? And I want you to know your history as a Ghanaian. So when we sit down at that table, you know what happens? We're gonna understand that all of our culture and tradition is the same. It might be moved a little differently, but it's all the same. Okay?
So would you like to put your numbers out there? Maybe somebody wants to help you out. You can.
Please, you can always reach out to me. My number is 059-626-9681. I have another WhatsApp number. It's a US number. It's 1-908-414-9373, or you could email me at drjbrown.db@gmail.com. That's drjbrown.db@gmail.com.
Sure. So as Dr. has said and Madam Doris has said, you have to also come back to Ghana. You know, not even coming back to Africa, come back to Ghana, because Ghana is also a nice place to be, even though I'm generalizing it. So I will urge each and everyone who is watching this video to come back to Ghana. As you're also watching, you subscribe to my channel and then you hit the notification bar. So we are about to end our interview over here. Waiting for your comments and your likes. Bye-bye.
Bye.